I was hired to capture natural audio in the Norwegian highlands, a dying glacier near the village of Valestad. Isolated. Maybe 200 people. Quiet as a postcard. The job was simple: hike in, record ice shifting, get some ambience, and leave. I thought it'd be peaceful. The first warning came from the producer, a guy named Thomas, before I even got off the train. If you hear something that doesn't sound like wind or water, don't record it. Don't talk about it. Don't follow it. He wouldn't explain. He just said the locals call it Tonen's daughter, the daughter of the Tone. Some ancient thing, half folklore, half superstition. I assumed it was some regional ghost story. I didn't believe him. I believe him now. I arrived during the first snowfall of the season. The air was so clean it hurt to breathe. I set up camp about 3 kilometers outside the village, near the edge of the melt line. My field mics picked up the usual stuff. Dripping runoff, creaking ice sheets, distant cracking that echoed like thunder. It was perfect. Except at night. There was a sound under the sound. Low at first. Almost like a pressure in my skull. Not tinnitus, too organized. Rhythmic, like a pulse. But not biological. Too perfect. Mechanical. I didn't notice it at first. But the audio did. When I checked the recordings the next day, I saw something on the waveform, a repeating structure. It looked like a code. But it didn't make sense, because it changed depending on the time of day, and how far I was from the glacier. Like it was following me. Adjusting. By night 3, it was louder. Clearer. It sounded like music. Just wrong. I sent a sample to Leo, a sound engineer I trusted back in Oslo. I just asked, "Do you hear anything weird in this?" He called me 20 minutes later, frantic. Said he ran it through his software, and when he played it back, something happened. He said he started seeing patterns in the dark. Like shadows had math, like his furniture had mouths. He couldn't explain it, just kept repeating. It's intelligent. It's looking back through the waveform. The call dropped. I tried to call again. Line was dead. The next day, I found out Leo had been found in his apartment. Collapsed. No sign of trauma except, both eardrums ruptured. Mouth open. Frozen like he was mid-scream. I should have stopped. Should have left the equipment behind, burned the memory cards. But I didn't. Something about the sound, it drew me in. Not just curiosity. It felt personal. Like it was only talking to me. My translator, Martin, came up from the village to help with labeling some of the older samples. He was quiet, serious, didn't believe in any of the local nonsense. Until he played the file. He started humming it a few hours later. Unconsciously, like it got stuck in his head. Except it wasn't the original clip anymore. The tone had shifted inside him. Rebuilt itself. That night, I heard him humming again. But the pitch was different. Deeper. Slower. Like something else was singing through him. He walked straight into the frozen lake. Still humming. When they pulled him out, his throat was shredded from the inside. The doctor said it looked like it had vibrated itself apart. By then, the villagers stopped speaking to me. Doors stayed shut. Lights off. I became an outsider again. They knew I'd heard it. I could see it in their faces, the fear. They've lived with this thing for generations. Learned to block it out. Ignore it. But me? I heard it too clearly. It started whispering to me in my sleep. Not with words, with shapes of sound. Like thoughts pressed into bone. It showed me things. What it looked like before sound, when it was just a pressure between stars. And how it came here, hiding beneath silence, waiting to be found. To be played. Everyone who's heard the sound, dies. Except me. Because I didn't just listen. I answered. I hummed it back. And now the sound won't leave. It lives in me. The pattern burns behind my eyes. My breath sinks to it. My dreams vibrate with its rhythm. People die near me. Just from being too close. Ears bleed. Voices vanish. They choke on air that suddenly isn't theirs anymore. But the frequency? It gets stronger. Louder. Clearer. I don't need microphones anymore. I am the signal. I'm transmitting this as a warning, if you can even call it that. Because if you're hearing this, you've already caught a piece of it. It's in your ears now, even if you didn't notice. Your brain is trying to understand it. Map it. Sync with it. Don't hum it back. Don't let it hear you. You don't kill a frequency. You amplify it.